So today's talk is on eco-friendly homes. And the reason I've chosen this topic is because on a daily basis, we receive any number of requests for eco-friendly homes, mainly from people who think that eco-friendly home is only about material. So typically people call and say that, it's eco-friendly only if it's out of earth or out of line. So this is a predominant understanding or a general understanding of eco-friendly homes, but actually it is much more than that. And the effort for today's webinar is to break the myth of it being such a narrowly understood subject. It is much, much wider than that. So that was the aim of the seminar, to give a holistic and a broader perspective and an understanding of what an eco-friendly home is and what kind of things you can keep in mind when you are planning to design your own eco-friendly home and get it built. So I want to begin with a question that if we have two scenarios, one in which somebody is working environment which is connected with outdoors, and in another case, somebody is working in a purely indoor environment with very, very limited connection outdoor. Who do you think is healthier and happier? I think it's a no-brainer that the person who's connected with the outdoor will be healthier, happier, more joyful, more productive, more efficient, will derive a greater meaning and fulfillment to their work and life simply because they are connected with nature. So the whole idea of an eco-friendly home is to be a bridge between you and nature. So most homes typically, which are not well designed and not well built, are barriers between you and nature. But an eco-friendly home at its best case scenario should be a bridge between you and nature. So this is my own balcony, and this is that great space which is neither indoor nor outdoor, neither outside nor inside. And we'll discuss a lot of such elements in today's talk of how we can create this harmony with us and nature through the house. So as I mentioned earlier, the aim of this webinar is to gain a holistic understanding of eco-friendly homes. And at the end of this webinar, you will gain a checklist of points to keep in mind when you are designing your own home. So right now I'm sharing with all of you a module, an actionable 12-point module that we follow in our office at Aroma Architecture for every home that we design. So we've categorized these 12 actionable modules into 4 vertical categories, as you can tell. So in the first category, we have energy, which has natural light, natural ventilation, natural cooling and heating. The second category, which is water, has rainwater harvesting, water-saving taps, solar water heaters. The third category, which is waste, has waste segregation at source, kitchen waste composting, and wastewater treatment. The fourth category, which is design, has integration of greenery and biodiversity, cultural elements, and materials and technologies. So these are the 12 actionable modules that we address when we design eco-friendly homes. For the purpose of today's discussion, we are going to focus on the first 3, which are under the energy category. So let's begin with the first one, which is natural light. Natural light is a very charming phenomenon because we require it not only to see the world, but also to be healthy within ourselves. So a lot of Indians are deficient in vitamin D because our homes are not in sync with the sun. And because our homes are not in sync with the sun, they are not doing the good and the benefit that they must do to our bodies to be in sync with the sun. So the analogy that I'm trying to draw here is that the house should be like a hat, which lets in the right amount of light into your house at the right times. Under natural light, we are going to cover 3 principles. The first one is the path of the sun. The second one is how to bring the sun into your house. And the third one is how much of the sun to bring into your house. So all of us know the path of the sun is from east to west. That all of us know. But we all also know that we have Uttarayan and Dakshinayan, and this is the kite flying festival which we are going to celebrate mid of next month, which is about welcoming the sun back to the northern hemisphere. Which means that although the sun does go from east to west predominantly, it takes a curve either along the north or along the south. And this path that the sun follows in your city is called the sun path of your city. So if you see this purple line, that is the path of the sun during June. And if you see this middle green line, that is the path of the sun in September or March. And the lower line is the path of the sun in December. So you see what a wide range the sun is covering when it goes from east to west, which means that the direction in which the sunlight is going to enter your house keeps changing throughout the year. Based on the direction of this light coming into your house, I have presented two case scenarios over here. It's the same floor plan. I've just oriented it by 90 degrees. So in the first left-hand side plan, you will see that the longer side of the house is facing east and west. And in the second case, which is on the right side, the longer side of the house is facing north and south. Now, the red area shows how much of your house within is getting heated by this incident solar gain that is falling on your walls. So in the left side, you see more than 60 to 70% of your house is gaining heat because the sun is on the eastern side in the morning, so this half of the house is getting heated up. And the minute it goes to the western side, this half of the house is getting heated up. Whereas in the case on the right side, in the morning you have a small portion and in the evening you have a small portion. And these are easier to handle by covering the walls with balconies or chhajjas or sunshades or vertical lures or any number of devices, which means that you will stop the walls from receiving the incident direct solar radiation. So this is a very important point, that the orientation of your house should be based on the path of the sun. That is the main point to be understood in this slide. This is the gated community that we have designed at Oroma Architecture and we live in currently. And here you can see that we have placed all the longer sides of each and every villa in the facing the north and the south direction. So the sun, which is going like this, is falling on the shorter side of the house, and hence it is not heating up the houses at all. The second point under natural light is ways of bringing the sun into the house. So there are more than 20 ways. 20 distinctly different ways of bringing the sun inside the house. And this is one of the ways, to have a courtyard in the middle. So a courtyard is essentially a central shaft of light around which your house is designed. And it not only brings in diffused light into your house, but it also acts as a great ventilation strategy because all the hot air can rise out from the courtyard. So India is very, very suited to courtyard designs because of the fact that we are a tropical country, and apart from a very small portion of our country, which is in the cold and dry belt, most of our country is either hot or warm and humid. So this is a brilliant strategy to bring light in a beautiful way in your house. Then there are many other ways, depending again upon the orientation of your windows. Can we do corner windows? Or can we do windows at a higher level like a clerestory window? Or can we simply make a filter of a wall and filter out the light and bring in a much lesser lux of light into the house through a jali? So as I said, there are 20 different ways. These are just 4 ways that we are showing here. Let us also briefly discuss how much of the light you can bring into your house. So these are the lux levels of sunlight. So at sunrise and at sunset, the lux level outdoor is typically in the range of 400 lux. A clear blue sky, which is not very harsh, is typically in the range of 20,000 lux. And a bright sunlight can go up to as much as 100,000 lux. Now, it's strange that for most of our indoor activities, I will show you the slides now, we require something in the range of 500 lux. But what do big offices do if they are not well lit by the daylight? they actually cut out all this 20,000 lux that is right outside your window, and then they switch on artificial lights during the day inside. So isn't that a very blatant wastage of energy and of light? You already have a great source of light right outside your window, and you're shutting it out, and then you're illuminating the indoors with an artificial source. So let us see what are the typical lighting levels that we require inside the house. So for a living room, you typically require something which is 400 lux, which is equal to your sunrise and your sunset. And that is why sunrise and sunset feel so beautiful, because that is where your eye is trained to feel comfortable. In a dining room, you require something in the range of 250 lux. For a kitchen, obviously you need much higher lighting level because you have to chop and churn and cook things. So 600 lux. For a study desk, 700 lux. For a bedroom, just about 250 to 300 lux. Same for the washroom. Similar range for a staircase. So these are the main areas of natural light in which we've covered the path of the sun, how to bring light into your house, and how much of the light to bring into your house.